Pranam. We will do it in English now, Prabhu. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayati girim yatkrupata mahamande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all. So today we will continue our discussion on Shri Shikshashtakam on text 3. So we have seen so far the text 1 and text 2. So now we will see the text 3. Now this text 3 talks about two qualities. First we will recite this verse. We'll recite in English. Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniyaha Sada Harihi. So sometimes it is written as Trinadapi and sometimes, Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna, and sometimes you may see Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna. So almost the meaning is same. Okay. So what is the meaning? One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who does not expect personal honor but is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord, right? So here the result of having these two qualities, right, humility and tolerance, will lead to Kirtaniya Sadahari. Or we can say those who are able to do Kirtaniya Sadahari, they have these two qualities, that is humility and tolerance. And what level of humility and tolerance? They feel themselves lower than the blade of grass and humbler or more tolerant than a tree, right? And they always give respect to everyone without expecting respect in return, right? So now we'll try to look for a better understanding of humility today. So tomorrow we'll talk about tolerance. Today we will talk about humility. So humility, the definition which Srila Prabhupada has given in Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, that humility means one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. See, when someone honors us, someone gives respect, we feel a kind of satisfaction. And that satisfaction is so tempting. Wherever we go, whomever we meet, we will be anxious to have that, right? That is why we see some people in our family or relatives or friends, they are very much specific about who is respecting them, who is honoring them. They don't go to a place, even though if it is that a part of their service or their work, they'll not go there because there is no respect for me, right? So this is not a good quality. So it is not saying that we should not be honored by anyone, right? We should not say that, you don't, please don't give me honor, please don't respect me. If you respect me, I'll become egoistic. Please give me some disrespect only, give me some dishonor only. We need not be in that mode. But the only thing is, if the honor is coming, happily accept it, gracefully accept it. But if someone is not giving, do not be anxious about having it, right? See, in general, in our Vaishnava Sadachar, everyone will respect each other, right? As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, we have to be Saragrahi, right? So if someone says, see some good quality in you also, they will actually magnify that and they will glorify you, right? Now, because we are in the Vaishnava culture, sometimes what we may start feeling like, maybe I have this quality in that big magnification, that big quantity only. So wherever we go, we may expect that kind of respect, right? So Vaishnava Sadachar actually should instill more humility in us, right? Not pride, because they could see more good in us and less bad in us, but we may have less good in us and more bad in us, and the other people will see only bad in us. So we should not get in stuck with this honor and dishonor thing, right? So we'll try to understand this by understanding two important words, that is amanitvam and adambitvam, right? So before to understand these two words, we will understand what is mana and damba, right? So mana means I have some honoring qualities in me, okay, but I actually expecting same response for my qualities. Like, if I'm a rich person, I can be known as a rich person. I can be respected as a rich person. So this is mana. Okay. Now dambha means I am not a rich person, but I show off that I am a rich person. Dambha means what is not there, we are still trying to show off. Just like a boyfriend wanted to show his girlfriend how great he is, how rich he is, how influential he is. So for that, what he do? He'll give money to some people and tell them, you come and respect me. He might take someone else's bike, some friend's car and all, and he'll say like, this is my car only, this is my house only. So to impress someone, we will show off that which we don't have. That's something which doesn't belong to us, we will also claim that it is ours only. So this is dambha, right? Mana means I have it, and I can be given respect. Okay. So damba means I don't have anything, but still I want respect, isn't it? So amanitva means even though I have some qualities to be honored, I am not anxious to get the honor. Like I am a rich person, but wherever I go, whomever I meet, I don't want everyone to address me as a rich person or a wealthy person. They can be normal also. I don't mind. Right. Adambitva means whatever I have. I will not show anything that I don't have. I don't claim anything that doesn't belong to me. So this is amanitum and adambitum. So when we have these qualities, what will happen? We can actually move towards kirtaniya sadahari. So if we take the example of Srila Prabhupada, he never done anything by making honor and dishonor as the center. Like when he was in India, the saintly persons are being respected. They are shown in a very higher pedestal of life, and they know that the sannyasis or these are the Santa Purush who have left everything for the preaching the message of the Lord. So they are great people. We should respect them. That kind of understanding, at least India has. And now that understanding is going down, but at least in the 60s and 70s, people were more cultured. So they used to respect Srila Prabhupada as a Swamiji. They may not follow his teachings, but they'll at least respect. But when Srila Prabhupada went to the Western world, no one knows how to respect a sadhu. No one knows who is sadhu. Right? So what happened? People started treating Srila Prabhupada as a normal person, or sometimes a person among them only. And sometimes they used to disrespect him, threaten him, take away things from him. So many people did so many wrong things, which a sadhu is never expected to have. But still, he never told that, because I am not getting the enough respect and honor in this Western countries, I will not stay here. I will go back to India. Wherever respect is there, I will be there. He never said like that. He never did like that. He came to execute the order of his Guru Maharaj, right? That to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya in the Western world. So he came there to preach. He didn't come there with a predetermined mentality, right? I will go only where my respect will be there, my honor will come and all. So what he did, he did not let his ego come in between his purpose. So one of the definition for humility is that we don't let our ego come in between our purpose. If our purpose is like this, we will not let the ego come in between us. Many times we don't do service because our ego hurts. Right? Many times we don't do the good work because we are not being honored or appreciated about our good work. Right? No one is looking at my good work. Why I should be good? Right? Those who are doing the wrong things, they are getting the appreciation. So why I should be good? Right? So like that, what will happen? We will be deviated from our purpose because of this ego. So this false ego is one of the thing, as Prabhu was saying, because of which we are into this world, right? And what we have to do, we have to get this ego away from our path. So we'll try to understand this more in terms of three things: how we have to take humility or understand humility in terms of service, and second is in terms of ourself, and the third is in terms of doing towards Krishna. Okay. So generally in the modern world, when you talk about, you have to be humble, you have to have humility, people will start taking it in a wrong way. They think the incapability, okay, incompetence actually is an expression of humility. That means I cannot do anything, I am a very small person, that is why I'm humble. Right? So you cannot do anything great, that is why you are trying to be humble. So people will misunderstand humility, but actually humility is a great quality. That means I am capable to do many things, I have done many things, but I don't want to show it off. Right? But this whole materialistic worldview says that you have to show off. Right? Even though you didn't do anything, just claim that you have did it. Okay, just fake it. Okay, then only people will respect you. So that kind of propaganda is going on. So that is why when you talk about humility in the modern world, they will say like, oh, this thing is not our cup of tea, we should not talk about it. Only some matured people will say like, you have to be humble and all. Otherwise rest of the people will feel like, you have to be proud of yourself, you have to have pride. All these things they will tell you, right? So today we'll try to understand the real meaning of humility. So in terms of service, example, if you go for a book distribution or a preaching, then sometimes you may get respect. Sometimes people will understand you are from ISKCON, you are from Hare Krishna movement, and you are doing preaching the message of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, and also they may respect you, right? But some people doesn't care who you are, right? Inside the temple, you may be a president, you may be a big member in the society, you may be a great devotee practicing Krishna consciousness from 20, 30 years. But outside, when you go, you are standing on a road or you're going for the preaching. Maybe, see, nowadays YouTube has come, Instagram has come, so people recognize the big devotees. But earlier, no one knows who is what, right? So inside the temple, you enter the temple, everyone will do Dandavat, right? But you go outside, no one even treat you well, right? So the respect may come, may not come, but the service has to continue. You cannot say that, I went for a preaching program, a house program, and they told 100 people will come, only 10 people came. Out of that also 5 were not interested, 5 were busy in watching the phone, and people were asking challenging questions, right? They are in a challenging mood, they just want to disrespect me and all. Prasadam was also not good, they didn't give me proper vyasasana also, so I don't want to go there and preach again, right? So if this is the mentality, and if we say that, I'll go to preach to that particular place, that particular house, because there I'll get a lot of respect. So if we are deciding which service I will do based on where I will get more respect, and we are ignoring the instruction of our senior authorities, then we are not having humility. We are still self-centered, right? So we should see that, like Srila Prabhupada, the order of Guru, the order of the senior is actually important, because some people may not initially respect us. Like Srila Prabhupada, first 1 year he struggled, but after that his journey was glorious. Everyone was respecting, right? From India, all over the world, everyone respecting. So the respect will automatically come in bhakti when we grow. But initially it may not come. But if we are predetermined, like I will go only where there is respect, then what is happens? We are getting away from humility. We are becoming more and more self-centered. We are self-conscious, not Krishna conscious. Now let us try to understand in terms of ourself, like when we look at ourselves, how we can say that we have humility, or how we can say that we don't have humility. So generally, self-pity is not humility, right? Sometimes people talk very low about themselves, right? So they will say like, I am so fallen, I am so incapable, incompetent, I cannot do anything, right? Even I'm so fallen that even God cannot lift me, right? God cannot uplift me. That kind of, self-pity they'll have. So self-pity means talking low about yourself. But actually humility means talking less about ourselves. That means we are not degrading ourselves and projecting ourselves as a waste person is not humility, right? Humility means you thinking that whatever good can be done with the help of Krishna only it can be done, right? I may be fallen, I may be a stupid person, I may be a waste person, but if I associate with Krishna, I can be a glorious person, I can be a great person. So my level is always connected to Krishna's level. So if I'm connected to Krishna, then I can be uplifted. Okay, so in general, we have two problems. One is that we are either into self-congratulatory mode where we are thinking about ourselves too much, too great about ourselves. Some people, they will be doing self-boosting. Wherever they go, they talk about their own glories, right? So Kirtaniya Sada Aham. Okay, so they'll always talk about their glories. In that year, no one was ready to do this thing, but I stepped forward and I did this, right? All people were told it is not possible, but I made it possible, right? I changed everything. Like Prabhu was saying, one of the senior who says that, I changed this culture, I changed this decision and all. So yeah, we may be little instrument in changing, bringing some big change or making something possible. But if we started thinking like we are the only cause, we are the only reason for making that happen, then we are living in a self-congratulatory mode. And in general, we don't like such people. From when the person is coming from far only, we will start thinking, now he will come and do his self-dabba, right? He'll do self-advertising. So people wanted to get away from you, right? And the other mode is the opposite to this. That is self-condemnatory mode. You are thinking about yourself so degraded that you are like lost all the enthusiasm to improve itself. Like, some people will say, see, I have done all wrong things in my life. I have all faults only, no good quality in me. I could not make a good career. I could not make a good relationship. People also doesn't respect me. People also don't value my thoughts. I never contributed anything nice. right? So my life is waste, my kismat is like this, my fortune is like this. So they to think too much about themselves in a degraded way, they're self-absorbed. So in both cases, whether you are self-boosting or self-condemning, in both cases you are thinking about yourself only, right? Now I am so fallen. By saying this, if your focus is on I am, then you are not having humility, you are having self pity, right? I am so great, in that if the focus is on I am, then it is no humility, it is only self congratulatory mode. So what we have to have, we have to add I am so fallen, but Krishna is the deliverer of the fallen souls. I am Patita, but Krishna is Patita Pavana. Srila Prabhupada is Patita Pavana. Lord Chaitanya is Patita Pavana. So I need not worry about it. I am so great because Krishna can make any idiot also great. Krishna can make any fallen soul rise up to the so highest top pedestal of life that nothing is impossible for Krishna. So whether I am great or fallen, if I have Krishna, I need not worry about anything. And whatever good has to happen, it will happen. And I'll never take any credit for myself, because I alone cannot do anything. I am just an instrument. And if Krishna empowers me, if Krishna wants this thing to get done through me, then he'll get it done. So this is humility, right? So when we talk about ourselves, if we are fallen, if we are going very low in our life, we should have confidence in Krishna, that maybe I on my own cannot do it, but Krishna can do it. So let me just try to serve Krishna. And if we are doing something very great, right, then we should think like, Krishna can make anyone great. He can pick nobody and make it into somebody without asking anybody, right? So he can pick up nobody and make him into somebody without asking anybody. See, Krishna chose Arjuna. Okay, of course he has devotion, but Arjuna is not great independently, right? Krishna told, Nimitta Matra Bhavasavya Sachi. So you become an instrument. I am only killing everyone. Right? Yesterday also one quote came of Srila Prabhupada where says, Krishna is so merciful that he sometimes give glorification to his devotees. But in actual everything he only is doing. Right? So Krishna is only doing all the great things, but sometimes he gives greatness to his devotees. Right? So much so that Lord Chaitanya preached only in India, somewhere in the Bengal, but he has made Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati preach and make 64 Gaudiya Math, and Srila Prabhupada preach all over the world, right? So it is being said that the devotee or a disciple becomes greater than his guru, greater than Lord, with the mercy of the Lord or with the mercy of Guru, right? So Krishna does everything good. I am just an instrument. So if we have this attitude about ourselves, then we are humble, right? Now, what this attitude will give us? It will give us peace, and it will give us the freedom to serve Krishna. When we talk about great devotees like Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says that Jagai Madai Haite Muni se papishta, Purishera Kita Haite Muni se lagishta. I am so fallen and so sinful than Jagai and Madai, and I'm so fallen or so degraded than a worm in a stool, right? So he's talking about himself so low, right? Is it because generally pure devotees have to speak like that? Or is it something like, if I say I am so fallen, then people will appreciate me, and because of that I have to say like that? No, actually this is not to be imitated, and this is not something they are trying to fake, right? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is a great devotee, right? Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami, right? So he who conquered his senses, right? He's the master of his senses, and he was a so great saintly person. He written Chaitanya Charitamrita. He gave us the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he started doing that at the age of 90, where we all switch off in our life. He was actually giving the greatest literature to all of us. So he is a great devotee. But why he's feeling like that? Because a pure devotee or an advanced devotee sees Krishna's light in his life so much that he feels like he's doing nothing, right? Now it is the reverse case for us, right? We do little to Krishna and we expect Krishna to do something more, right? We'll say, Krishna, I'm chanting 60 notes every day. 2 hours, who will spend? right? Out of busy schedule, I'm taking time out for these classes. I'm reading books, going to temple, sometimes on festivals also I do some service. This much I'm doing to you, Krishna. What you are doing to me? I have same problems, I have same health issues. My parents are not doing well, my children are not doing well, my job is not doing well. This devotee is troubling me, that person is troubling me, this person is not understanding me. So many problems I'm going on. Out of that also I'm able to do some service to you, and what you are doing for me. So this is our attitude, right? And a pure devotee sees like, you are so merciful, Krishna. When I'm not a devotee, also you are giving me all air, water, fire, right? When I'm devotee, that time also you are following. And I'm doing little service because of your mercy only. And others are telling me that I am doing great. Okay, such a funny thing that you are only doing everything, but people are giving appreciation to me, they are giving gifts to me, they are giving so much of honor to me. Everything belongs to you only, but still you are letting this happen to me. Such a fallen soul I am, such a degraded person I am, that I am getting so much from you, but I am not able to do anything to you. So they see their greatest service also insignificant because they are able to see Krishna's mercy in a very, very big way. But for us, the vision is very narrow minded. We will only see what we are doing to Krishna. What Krishna is doing to us, we cannot see it, right? But the purification means we'll start seeing Krishna's mercy in so much magnified way. In fact, that is the actual mercy. It is not that Krishna has done little and the pure devotee sees in a big. No, it is actually seeing the actual picture. See, we started doing some service to Krishna in this lifetime. Okay, maybe in this decade, but Krishna is serving us from the time immemorial. When we were in the body of a mosquito or a worm in a stool or a demigod, whatever lifetimes we have taken, every time he is only serving us. Now also he is only serving us by digesting our fire food, by giving us the air, water, fire, everything he is only serving us. What we are doing is just an insignificant thing, right? See, the greatest devotees also feel that their service is insignificant. Now think about our own service. Now, where is the point of having pride or ego in what we are doing? When those great people done so much and they feel like insignificant, then if we are thinking our service is big, then we do not have any humility, right? Now, in terms of doing something for Krishna, how we can have humility is by giving away all our talents in the service of Krishna, right? Sometimes some people do not serve or do not show their talents because they think, if I show my talent, if I do some great service, people may appreciate me, and because of that I may become very proud. Okay, so because of that I don't want to do this. But actually, by saying that in future I may become proud, you are telling that in present you are not proud, and that means you are already proud, right? So if I say that in future I may get a pride, that means I'm thinking now I don't have a pride. So saying that I don't have pride itself is pride, isn't it? So we should use all our talents and skills in serving Krishna. You may not have this feeling, but some people have it. They don't want to show off their talents because thinking that they're showing the talent is show off. And people may think like, I am doing this because I have this talent and I want to show off, so I don't want to do it. See, the separation of talent is not humility. Okay, what we have to do, we should not suppress our talent, but we should purify our talent by having a pure intent, right? I want to use all that is given by Krishna in Krishna's service only. And if the result comes also because of Krishna only, right? See, talent is given by Krishna, and the inspiration to serve Krishna through that talent is also given by Krishna, and the result of that using of talent is also given by Krishna only. So everywhere when there is Krishna, where is the chance of getting proud? Where is the chance of getting false ego? Right? Now, the Gopi Geet, in that gopis say that, oh Krishna, when a devotee sees your smile, the pride in his heart will get destroyed. Right? Now, how this is possible? By seeing someone smile, our pride will go off. So actually, why we have pride, why we have ego, why we have all our anarthas, because those are giving us some pleasure, some ananda. Though it is rajasic or tamasic, that is ananda in the mode of passion and ignorance, but still we want to keep it. When you get angry on someone, na, some kind of pleasure will be there. I am superior, I am controller, right? When you are proud, you are actually satisfied. Your hunger for some happiness is satisfied. That is why we want to keep that in our heart. But when we see Krishna's smiling face or Krishna smile, we get so much pleasure that we feel like, why I am maintaining the pleasure that is coming from proud and all? And for little drop of pleasure that comes from having proud, I want to give away the oceanic happiness that will come by seeing Krishna, by serving Krishna. So why the pride inside the heart of a devotee get destroyed? Because just like when the dirt particle is there, when the flushing water will come, okay, gushing water will come, what will happen? It will actually wipe away, right? So similarly, when we see or when we get pleasure in serving Krishna, the ananda that we get or the satisfaction that we get by having our anarthas, ego, proud and all, thinking about ourselves so great and all, they become so insignificant that we don't feel the need for it. See, when we have thousands of crores of property, we don't go to work for 10,000 rupees or something in a salary, right? Because why I should go and work? I have so much here, isn't it? So similarly, the ananda that we get in serving Krishna with humility is so much that we don't feel like we should be respected by someone else. We don't want any certificate that we are doing great from someone else, right? Because we already know it. Why? Because we are getting the ananda. Krishna is already reciprocating. Krishna is already certifying our service by giving us pleasure. If we are having the desire to serve Krishna, that desire itself is actually reward from Krishna. For a Kali Yuga Jiva or for the fallen soul, having the desire to serve Krishna itself is the greatest reward, right? Because we cannot have the desire to serve Krishna. We only have a desire to get served by Krishna. We don't have a desire to serve Krishna. But if you have a desire to serve Krishna, that itself is Krishna's reciprocation. And the more we have a desire to serve Krishna, the more we will serve Krishna. And the more we will serve Krishna, we'll get so much of ananda that you don't feel like, this mana, apamana, shitoshna, sukha, dukkha, all are so insignificant, right? So the ananda in Kirtaniya Sadahari is so much that we don't feel like we should be anxious to have the satisfaction of getting honored by others, right? So just like if we have given some 10,000 to someone, okay, and that guy is not returning, but our property is lakhs of crores, we don't have time to think about that also. We will only say like, yeah, tu bhi kya yaad rakhega. You will also, just enjoy. Okay, don't give me back also. I don't care about it, right? So similarly, Krishna is reciprocating with us, giving us so much ananda, then we don't feel like, even though I respect someone, I don't expect respect in return. I will say like, maybe you don't have respect to give me, right? But I have a lot of respect towards Krishna, and Krishna has a lot of respect towards me. Like, still, so I'm so much fallen, but still he's not leaving me, such a respect he has for me. So I have so much of a reserve for respect. That is why I don't care whether you give back or not, but I will do it. Amanina manadena. Why a pure devotee or why a great devotee, advanced devotee gives respect to everyone? Because he has a lot of respect, right? He has so much of account filled with his ananda and all. You don't feel any deprivation or any scarcity where he is anxious to get something from outsiders, right? He says like, okay, you cannot give it, but I can give you, right? So when they see Krishna's mercy, when they see Krishna's light in their life, they do not feel any scarcity. They feel like abundance in their life, right? I have so much, right? And even in the Vaishnava community, if you see, people respect you a lot, right? Why you have to be anxious about anyone getting? One devotee, if he is respecting, also glorifying you for some little service, that itself is in excess, right? So when you give a nice class, when you do a nice kirtan, people will appreciate you, right? So that is actually enough. We are getting more than what we are required. And more than that, Krishna is reciprocating us with us by giving us more opportunities to serve him. So when this much is inflow, why we have to think about the inflow that is has to come from the outsiders or anyone else, right? And because of this mood, what happens? We will feel no need to think about the honor and dishonor. And that is why we can constantly chant the names of Krishna. We can constantly glorify Krishna. If we are stuck in this honor and dishonor while chanting, what will happen? We will think about the people who are respecting us, and we will feel great about ourselves. So here we are self-conscious, not Krishna conscious. If we are stuck in the honor and dishonor, if some people have dishonored us, we will remember those people and we'll get angry, we'll get frustrated, we'll start thinking like, how can that person say like this to me? Right? So the dishonor actually creates a burning fire inside our heart. Sometimes we cannot tolerate also, like, how can this person do this to me? Right? And in this case also, we are self-conscious, we are not Krishna conscious. When we are going above this mana apamana and we are respecting everyone, then we have no time to think about who is honoring us, who is dishonoring us, and all. We have only time to think about Krishna, and that is why Kirtaniya Sadahari will happen. So if we have humility in terms of our service, we are not letting our ego come in between. We are thinking about humility in terms of ourselves, thinking that we can become great even though we are fallen, because Krishna is there. When we use all our talents into serving Krishna, then all together will give us so much of ananda, so much of respect, that we don't feel any need to get respected by others. We'll never be anxious to have the satisfaction to being honored by others. And this way, what will happen? We will move towards Kirtaniya Sadahari. There is another quality which is tolerance. This we will talk tomorrow, how we have to be tolerant and till what extent we have to be tolerant and how we can handle the situations and all with tolerantly and patiently. That we will try to learn tomorrow. And if we have these two things together, then we can go to the stage of Kirtaniya Sadahari. So I'll just read out the verse. Trunadapi Sunichena Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So you have to think humbler than the blade of grass, because blade of grass never actually say anything. We step onto it, right? It will be like this. We step onto it, it will become like this, but again it will like become like this, and it never complains. So similarly, some people may respect us, may keep us like this, some people may throw us and trample on us, but still we have to come back again and we have to be straight only without any complaining, right? So the blade of grass actually knows that it is blade of grass, but we don't know that we are servant of Krishna, right? So that is why it is also being said that we have to be humbler than the blade of grass. It knows that it is blade of grass and it never complains. You don't know that you are servant of Krishna and you are trying to be a master. So your blade of grass is better than you. So you have to try to become better than that. Okay, humbler than that. So that context also will come. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow for about the topic of tolerance. Thank you so much. Shri Shikshashtakam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.